Right guys, happy Sunday. How you all doing? Carrying on with what we've been talking about with the mental health awareness and my company desire to inspire. Basically, I'm going to go into a bit of an in-depth analysis about lots of things that we go through in life and the things that are important in life. Okay, so here's the first one. So, desire to inspire, hashtag mental health awareness. Okay, so you got, remember, positive thinking equals positive mind equals positive outcome. Remember, 10% of what goes on in life is through your own. 90% is how you react to things, how you deal with the situations, how you overcome the obstacles and the barriers and things like that. Okay, so I've split it up into various categories today. Okay, so one of my categories is how to be successful in a business. Another one is to feel happier at school if you're a pupil or a child. Or if it's for parents, you can listen to what I've got to say. Another one of my topics is having strong friendships. Now they're vitally important. Okay. Also as well, we've got to be happy in a family unit. Even though we're all, we can choose our friends, but unfortunately we can't choose our family. I know some people wish they could choose their family, but we can't. But anyway, that's life. But it's important to have a happy working family unit. Okay? And last but not least, maintaining a strong and healthy relationship. Okay? So those are my categories, and I'm going to start with how to be successful in a business. Okay? So in order for you to be successful in a business, right, your aims are: one, obviously you want to be successful. Two, you want it to be vibrant, eye-catching, and you want to attract and bring people in. Three, you want to give people a chance to succeed, whatever their sex is, religion or background, wherever they come from. Give everyone that chance. Also, for everyone to be treated the same, whether they're at the top of the tree or at the bottom of the tree, just because they're the boss and the higher up, and you're down there and you're at floor level, don't mean to say you got them up there should treat you any different to someone that's up there. Because if that's the case, you're already downgrading and degrading that person and making them already feel small before you even started off, and that's not getting off on a good foot at all, is it? It's important in business that everyone's on, there's that happy medium, everyone's on that same wavelength and everyone respects and appreciates each other. Which leads me on to the next thing about treating people with respect. Everyone's got to be given the chance. Like I said, whether they work at the bottom of the tree or the top of the tree, they've got to be given the chance to speak, say, harm the mind, have their own opinion on things and take it into account. It's important that you speak to them in the right way. Because if you don't speak to them in the right way, it's going to make them feel useless, unappreciative, not worthy. That's going to lead to self-esteem. And obviously that can lead into depression and bullying. But that's another subject. I won't talk about that today. Okay, so my given in all these aspects I'm talking about today is G.E.S, which is guide, encourage and support. And that's vital that you do that in a business. Obviously, if you do that in a business, then you're going to have a happy working environment. And that's what you want in your business. You want to have a happy working environment. Okay? You want to push people to believe in themselves, that they can do better, that they can succeed. Some people might not want to. They might be happy quite where they are. That's fine. But there is people out there that want to succeed, that want to push themselves, that want to do well. So make sure that you're there. And if it is, make sure that they're putting a positive mind towards it. Listen and communicate how you're feeling in your job. if you're feeling under pressure or you're feeling stressed, talk to people about it. Talk to people in the company that you work with. Go and talk to your boss. Explain to them how you're feeling. Like, don't be scared to approach them and tell them how you're feeling. Because if you don't, you're going to feel more bogged down, and you're going to get yourself ill, and then you're going to like not want to be motivated, and you're not going to want to work there and things like that. So it's really important that you speak your mind clearly. Team building, games, getting to know each other, learning about each other. Like, it's really important, learning about each other, getting to know each other. You know, having a happy environment. If you know bits about each other and their interests and that, like, can wind them up. Like, if so and so's got more pair of shoes than you, or they've got a Gucci handbag, or so and so's football team did really bad, and or so and so's rugby team. Just little things like that. You know, like little interests. You know, or even like maybe like once a week, like choose numbers for the lottery, or pick a horse to win on the horses. Things like that. Just little things, but things that bring the team and bond them together and bind them together. That's really important. Also, another thing is stand tall, stand up for yourself, and be the best version you can be for your business and for your company. You do all this, and that leads to a happy working environment. Hence why I got the smiley face man. Okay, and by doing that, then you're able to make your business thrive, which is what you want. You want your business to thrive, be successful. Okay, and then when it's like that, you go home stress free, and you leave your work at work, and you don't bring it home with you. And yeah, so that is my that's my guide and tips how to be successful in a business. Okay, now moving on, we're going to move on to feeling happier at school, primary school or high school, whichever you want to aim it at. I don't mind. I've aimed it at both. So my aims when you're at school is for your child or the pupil in question, you know, to work hard in class, look at their strengths and weaknesses, where they may need help or redirecting, you know, to make them concentrate better on that subject or focus more on that lesson, for example. Socialising, interacting with other pupils with different age groups, working on projects together. Working on projects together will bring the pupils together, encouraging people in the socialising aspect out, getting people working with people that they wouldn't normally work with, things like that. Working part of a team, which is vitally important because they need to know teamwork from an early age, because then when they get into adult life and get themselves a job, then obviously then they need to go and be learning to work part of a team. And you need to make sure that everyone is treated the same, regardless of the religion, the race, the background, where they come from. Everyone's treated exactly the same. To be able to move away from social media, computer games and tablets, because it's creating a negative effect. These days, everything that's been posted on social media recently, and that's up more than anything else, is when it's negative things, when it's negative news, or when people are putting things up that don't need to be aired, and things like that. Like, yeah, I'm putting my things up, but mine's positive, promoting positive mental health awareness, and that's what I want to do. So by coming away from that, you need to interact more outside as well as inside, spending more time with the family, days out, take interest in each other's hobbies. So you can do this when your child's come home from school, for example. Make sure everyone's respected, your teachers, your pupils, your family members, for example, your mum, your dad. To be treated with G.E.S, I don't remember what it was. Guide, encourage and support. You need to be doing that throughout, whether they're at school. So support each other, the pupils support each other, teachers support the pupils can support the teachers, you know, help and encourage each other. That's what it's about. And the same with like family members as well. You do exactly the same too. That's what you need to do. Sometimes things can come across like being told what to do, and come across a bit patronising, and it doesn't need to be come across like that. Like I say, you need to encourage, guide and support, and that's what you want to do. You want to create that environment in the school. You want to create that environment for your child, and they'll do a lot better. And what we've got. This is an important one. Having strong friendships. Why is it really important to have strong friendships? Well, for example, if you come out of a relationship or you've not seen your friends in ages, guaranteed when you spent all that time in a relationship, all like loved up with people and spending time with them at their family and your family, and then you break up and things fizzle out. Who do you go crawling to? Who do you go running to? Your friends. Now, 90% of the time, your good mates will be there. 10% of the time, the ones that you might go to might not be there. Why? Because you got to think about it. Were you there for them when they went through the situation, or were you like, oh, I'm too busy? And you got to think about it, haven't you? You got to think about your priorities. You don't just have to be glued to one person. So that's really important. So yeah, with friends, with friendship, always be there for each other. Like, no matter what, be there for one another. Prepare to listen and not judge them. It's important, you don't judge them, because they might be telling you, something that like they're not proud of doing, or something that they're really ashamed of. So it's really important that you listen to them. Hang out with each other when you can. Share different interests. Say if someone likes going to the cinema, go to the cinema. If someone likes to go shopping, go shopping. If someone likes going bowling, go bowling. If someone likes going to the seaside, go to the seaside. If someone likes to go to the theme park, go to the theme park. If someone likes to go to football, go to football. If someone likes to go to the rugby, go to the rugby. Like, share different sorts of interests. It's important that, because sharing each other's interests, obviously, they'll appreciate it more as a friend. And obviously, by socialising with your friends as well, that's how you meet new people. That's how you network and connect with new people, and then you make new people through them and stuff. So that's how your like social network expands and things like that. And G.E.S. again, guide, encourage and support. Do that with your friends as well. That's just as important. Like praise them when they've reached an achievement or they've reached a goal, something that they've like didn't think they could do, but with your guide and support, you've got them there. For example, someone I know. They'd left their job and they were like unhappy in the job, and I encouraged them to go and be a holiday rep like I used to do years ago, and through my encouragement he went and applied for the job, and now he's flying out and he's working abroad for the next 7 months. And I said to him the other day, I says like, would you have done that if I not pushed you? And he was like, no. And now he's going to live his dream. Do you know what I mean? So it's important you encourage and praise others, and that's exactly what I've done. And like, it feels amazing that I've helped someone else, like guide them on their way, sort of thing. So push people, your friends, to drive them to do well and be successful. So I give them praise as well. Make them feel loved and special. Just as important as having a strong friendship, having a strong friend group is making them feel special and important, just as much as it's important as a relationship. End of the day, right? You got to treat your family, your relationships, your friendships all the same. Now, if you put love into more of one than the other, then the other two components are going to fall, and the wheels are going to come off. Like I say, it's about having all those components in the right place to make everything work. But if it's not all there, then everything ain't going to work. So that's what you need to do. That's vitally important as well. Make sure you respect each other and you have boundaries in place. Make sure that your friends, they'll know like when they cross the line with you. So that's important as well. How to have a happy family unit. Now this is important. Isn't it amazing? Like when you were younger, like you spend time with family all the time, doing family time, going outside and stuff. But then when you get older, it's like you also like go your different directions, your separate ways, and it's like, oh, if I must go and see the family, I suppose I could squeeze them in this week, sort of like thing. And it's almost like you make that effort in your relationship or your friendship, then you've got to make the same effort in your family. It's just as important, vitally important. Okay, so from time to time in your family, you need to give each other space, because sometimes when you're stuck in close proximity, close to each other, you feel trapped and you can't get out, that's when you end up arguing, shouting, bickering, slamming doors, things like that, getting under each other's skin, and you don't need to. So like I say, you don't have to be good to your family all the time. Just make the effort with them once in a while, you know, make them feel appreciative. Do something nice for a family member, you know, to make them feel special, loved, appreciate for like all their efforts. Same with G.E.S, guide, encourage, support. It's just as important in families. Do you know what I mean? Like, don't come across patronising, telling people what to do, comparing it to what their life was like when they were younger. That was then, this is now, this is the society now, this is what the world's like today. It's completely different to what it was like in the past. So like, don't compare it to that, because it's totally different and it's irrelevant, completely irrelevant, because like, today's society is completely changed. So yeah, some obviously encourage, guide them, you know, appreciate them for all they've done, like, you know, get them to push you, praise you, reaching your goals and stuff, get them to respect you, put boundaries in place, like they're getting underneath your skin or they're interfering, say, whoa, you sort out your life, I'll sort out my life, and if I need you, I'll come and call you, but if I don't, then keep out, type of thing. To do things as a family and take part in everyone else's interests, so like, it doesn't matter, like for example, one of you might like go like walking or hiking, you might go on a long hike. If that's one person's interest, then do it. Someone else might like going to the theatre. If that's someone else's interest, do it. Someone might like going to the football. Go and do it. Do it. Someone likes going to line dancing. Do it. You've got to take that interest into account for everyone that you know. And not only that is when you're doing things as a family, like, and if you're in a relationship, then make sure that the person that's in the relationship that's not normally with the family, make sure they're appreciated and proved into the family as well, and they feel like they're feeling that love from the other person's family, and they're feeling appreciated and they're feeling included. Because there's nothing worse than being like on the outside, left out in the cold, and feeling like that you're like, you don't exist. Like I say, I get it. Like, it is important that you do spend time with your family, but if you don't include the person, like your partner, like even if it's like special occasions, things like that, if it was like Christmas, birthdays, christenings, weddings, and you went but your partner weren't invited, like, how do you think that makes that person feel? Pretty rubbish, isn't it, really? And like, and then you sort of like think, put the boot on the other foot, and like, would they do that to you? Probably not. But anyway, that's just, like I say, it's a matter of people's opinions. So that's totally different. Yeah, so obviously with the families as well, maybe have a family meal like once a week and stuff like that. I'll catch up, you know, what you've been doing this week, blah blah blah. Days out with the family. If bind both families together, if the pair people are in a relationship, listen to each other's opinions but don't judge, and also like be there for each other. Yes, that's what vitally important. Right, moving on to my last one. Maintaining a strong relationship. This is what I'm not very good at. I'll hold my hands up and admit it, but can't be good at everything in life, can you? You know, like, you learn from your mistakes. So it's vitally important if you're in a relationship to allow space between each other. Sometimes when you're glued and stuck to each other like that, then it's like, let me out, I want to do something different, I need to break free of these walls, I'm trapped. Things like that. So it's vitally important that, you know, you let each other have some space. Do things together, like it's just the two of you, you know, like where you go out. Make sure when you do go out, it's an equal give and take. Someone's not doing all the running and the other one's just walking, or not putting any effort in. It's vitally important that both of you put the effort in, and obviously if it's like a date night, make the effort as well. Obviously if you've got kids, you know, get someone to like look after them in your family, so you make time for each other. Yeah, I get it, it's busy. You've got work, you've got family, you've got friends, you've got a relationship. You've got to find space to make it all work. And I know it's not easy. Do romantic gestures, gifts, city breaks, long weekends, things like that. Surprise them, make them feel special. Good communication. It's like vitally important that you communicate. Listen to each other. Talk about things. Don't keep things bottled up. Express things, showing your emotions, your feelings, things like that. It's vitally important that you do that. Doing things together with each other. And doing things with each other's families, so you feel part of the family, you're accepted, and you know you're approved by the family, and you're feeling that love, and they like you are for who you are as a person. Mood swings, we're all guilty of it, girls and boys. We're not going to be happy all the time. It's the fact of life. No one's smiling 100% all the time. If we were smiling 100% all the time, our faces would be like permanently stuck to a smile, wouldn't it? So yeah, if we're in a mood swing, just let the other person know, you know, I'm feeling a bit shit today, so like, if I bite your head off, I'm sorry, type of thing. Use your actions to show your love, to express your feelings, how you care about people, how you care about each other. G.E.S again, guide, encourage, support. Guide and encourage, support people when you're working together in a relationship. Like, push each other, give each other that encouragement and drive. Don't be selfish, just think about yourself. Think about how your actions might affect other people, how people's opinions might make the other person feel, things like that. But it's vitally important to encourage, support, and guide, because you want them to be the best version of themselves, and you want them to succeed and successful. And if you don't want that for that person, but you only want that for yourself, then it's pretty shallow, isn't it, really? Because at the end of the day, like, you want everyone to be happy and successful, but if you only think about yourself, then what does that say to you as a person? Do you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, it's great being like in the limelight and it's all me, but then you turn around and then there's no one there, and you think, why is there no one there? Because people are like are sick of like your attitude and your selfishness and your behaviour, things like that. That's on point. Knowing that you won't always be first all the time. That's really important as well. Like, if your partner's got kids, or you've got kids, or they've got a close-knit family, or close friendship with friends, like I say, you've got to find that happy medium. So you've got to have space for you and your partner, space for you, your partner, and both families together, space for your partner and their family away, space for your family and you away, space for you to see your friends, then to come back into the middle. So you need to have that, you know, it's all about having that work balance. Having that balance, you need that balance in a relationship, just as important as well. Compromise on things, learn to listen to each other, which is vitally important. And if the other one's feeling like left out in the cold, speak up and say. If you feel like you're being treated unfair, like, oh well, it would have been nice if you'd invited me to this, or can I come with you next time? Because they might have like wanted to come with you, and then you tell them at like last minute, oh, I can't see you. Or say, for example, you'd arranged to meet on a Tuesday, and it got to like Monday, and you were still down to meet this person on Tuesday, and the person on Monday was like, said, all right, I'll book you into a hotel or a restaurant. I'll do something really special. And then that person texts you and says, or rings you and says, oh, I can't meet you Tuesday and do something else. And that person's gone through all that effort to do something, to make it special, to make it nice. And then they don't come. How do you think that person feels inside? Like, not good at all. So you need to make sure that, you know, compromise, but have that equal outcome type of thing. Learn to have respect for each other. That's like vitally important as well. And if things break, fix them. I don't mean like if the door breaks around the house. I meant like if things like break between the two of you. Like, if it's not worth throwing it all away, don't throw it all away. Fix things. Like, Rome wasn't built in a day, was it? Like I say, if you argue or you fight, then or you hurt each other, learn to say sorry. Fight for the love. Fight for the relationship. Don't put expectations on each other, on your person, because if you do, it makes them feel unworthy and unloved and unappreciated, and like, you don't want that, do you? Yeah. So this has been, what we're on now, 25 minutes, nearly half an hour. So this has been, my name's Alistair. This has been Desire to Inspire, #mental health awareness. So yeah, that's all my thoughts for the week ahead, with all the subjects. So any of those brackets that you feel like, oh, I'm a little bit on the fence for that. Maybe I could do a little bit better in that situation, or maybe I can do better at work, or maybe I can do better in a relationship, or maybe I can do better with my friends, or maybe I can be more supportive with my family. Things like that, just like I say, just have a think about it. Okay? Alright, love you lots. See you soon. Bye.